wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. This is a very, very late episode. I apologize. I did mention that it was going to be postponed, and I am now in a better headspace to be able to provide an episode for y'all. So thank you for your patience, and I appreciate you. And I'm so sad that I miss the first week of Black History Month. However, it's still going on, and I am Black 365, 366 days of the year. So it's all good. But I just wanted to say, a special shout out. Yeah, so I know before the other day I said, oh, I'm going to be able to pre-record, um, so I would be able to be consistent. Clearly, I should have listened to myself that time because things always come up, right? And I got sidetracked, and I'm now better to do it. So I decided that I'm really enjoying reading articles to you guys, you ladies or gentlemen, just so you're able to understand, the articles I read, or the things that I find throughout the months or the weeks, I should say. And I just wanted to share it with you. So I did find another article, and I thought this would be a perfect article to be able to broadcast to y'all, because we are in a challenging time, and I know people are like all stressed about what's going on, but I think there's also things to be mindful. So I'm gonna have a disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only, and I'm not saying that this is the I'm giving you this title. But if you see the title of it is Dumb Habits, a Mashup, you really want to be mindful of the money habits that you have that is probably hindering you at this very moment. So I just want to bring it to light, sorry, bring it to light, and be able for y'all to be mindful, because if you keep a blind eye, or not understanding or wondering what's happening, and you're not able to get out of a rut, um, these are possible things, right? So I'm excited to share this lovely article. So let's begin, y'all. And this time I was organized because I've had time to think about it. So I have all the banners up, ready, and things. So the article is called Nine Normal Money Habits Keeping You Poor. Again, I'm not calling you all poor. I'm just saying there's, I want to say there are nine normal money habits that is keeping your mindset about money poor. So we can say it like that. Okay? We can say it like that. And it's funny because the first one's always going to be what everyone says. And if you know me, I've always taught, when I've done webinars, most of them have been about good old budgeting. So the lack of budgeting, I find that when you're not aware of where your money's coming in or coming out, there's a high possibility that you're just you're not tracking and managing your money efficiently to be able to find out, okay, where am I overspending, what can I do to get out of this rut. Like I've had one of the things I do when it comes to folks doing programs with me is giving them that challenge of what was their last 3 months spending habits. That is the only way you're going to be able to figure out the mindset that you're having, and you're like, okay, I see that I went to the coffee shop way too often. I'm not saying you can't go to the coffee shop, but if you see that you've been going um, many times, you probably want to, reduce the times that you go to the coffee shop, right? So that is one of them, and also it actually leads to overspending. And with the economy, it's kind of like the theory of a consumer behavior. When we lack a budget, you're thinking as a consumer and not as like someone that's able to leverage the money that they make. And I'll go get into that soon. The second one, oh, high debt to income ratio. Research often points to high debt, especially them credit cards that are like 22, 20, up to 29%. That's crazy. Or even if we think about like payday loans, which is the interest rates totally higher than that. You really want to take in consideration those type of debt, credit card, line of credit. Line of credit's okay-ish. It's a little bit better than credit cards, in my opinion. But you also want to be mindful of if you're using more debt than how much income you make. Your financial stability is going to be like off the chains, and you're not going to like it, right? So let's be mindful about that. I know someone's going to say, Cam, it's not that easy. I get it. I understand, but you also have to have the budget from before and a game plan to be able to chip away at your debt, right? So that's one. I think this one's really important well, I think they're all important to have a different mindset, but this one, inaccurate savings. I've said it many times. A lack of savings, especially emergency savings, is literally going to lead you to financial vulnerability. Um, Without a safety net, especially during the pandemic, if something taught me during the pandemic, if I didn't have a safety net, I would be in a horrible position, right? So I think I don't care if it's a dollar a day, a dollar a week. You have to have that habit of saving, because when you get the habit of saving, you'll be able to invest into investing and graduate into investing, and that's where your money habits will flourish instead of be hindered a little bit. And a shameless plug, if anyone is following my newsletter, I do have, oh my gosh, it's so glossy, sorry, I have, oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought you could see it. Obviously, you can't. But because I know how to use my computer, I do have a money savings challenge. I've been doing it for quite a while. The first one, it was always like $1 a day, sorry, $1 a week. So first week, $1, second week, $2, third week, $3, so on and so forth. So because we are just ending, or we're in our fifth week technically, but at the end of this week, it's going to be week 6. So you would have had saved $36 already. Or if you want to double it up you can have $72 saved for the week. And I also have like, I wanted y'all to save a little bit more because of like how inflation has been going and stuff. So I have the save 2,500 in 52 weeks. So if it was week week between week 5 and week 6, you would have saved $115 already. Or if you want to double that up to save 5,000 in the year, then it would be 230, right? And I know some people are going to be like, Cam, you're wilding. I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Like I said, I've I have I want to say it correctly. I've incorporated saving into my life since I was young. So I get it if it's something that you haven't been doing in a long time, and it's just, you know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I beg to differ. Like I said, that's why I have two different type of saving plans. Is is $1 a day or $1 a week, which you're saving about $1,378 for the year. Or you try this new one where you're saving 2,500 in a year. And I feel like it's doable. You just really have to change your mindset on how you want to do that. So it's really and truly, it's up to you whether you want to get out of a rut when it comes to that, because trust me, it is not fun. And I'm trying to find the, well, if you follow me on, if you have my if you're part of my newsletter, my VIP, you'll be able to see it, but I'm trying to show it at the same time. See, I just thought about it right now. So, pardon me with this. Jeez. There it is. So let me see if I can show it to y'all before I go on to the new one. Let's see. Y'all know me and technology, right? OMG. Okay, so I think it's gonna work. Entire screen. Let me see. No, 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 no. Let's not do that. Boom. Sorry. Boom, bam, bam. So like I've mentioned before, week one's $5, $10, 15, 20, 25, 40. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy at first, but then in week 11, we go back to $5 because I know someone's gonna say, Cam, you're out absolutely ridiculous at $100 or 120. Do what's comfortable for you, because there's also a system where you can do it biweekly, so you stretch it out accordingly, so you're not really stressed on saving. But if you're not comfortable with this one, start with $1 a week. One, two, three, four, five, boom. You'll, by the end of the year, you'll be saving, by December 27th, you'll be saving $52. But I always say, flip it, do it reverse, because I feel like when Christmas time comes, some people find it very difficult to do. But then also this one, you're able to do it in different increments. So this is probably more feasible for you as well. So actually hit me up. Let me know if you're actually gonna follow the savings challenge, because I'm really excited to know how many people are actually doing it. you know, it's a week 5, or in between week 5 and 6. So you already know how much is saved, okay? But at the end of the day, I really want folks to really be mindful of, you have to save for a rainy day. Shit happens every fucking day. And I'm trying to say that in like the nicest way, but if you don't have a safety net and you don't have a way to save yourself, you're going to feel stressed, and you're not going to be able to handle those times when you have unforeseen expenses. Trust me. Tire pop. frigging roof, exhaust, all those stuff. Ugh, ugh. Just thinking about it these days makes me sick. But also, number four is living beyond your means. Voila, I had to fix that up. I typed so fast. Living beyond your means. Sorry, put a freaking period at the in the middle. So living beyond your means is constantly spending more than you can earn or that you earn, sorry. This is another a way that your mindset can be poor because you're this comes with not having a budget, so you're spending more, so you're having a negative cash flow. And no one likes a negative cash flow, and it's not and don't get me wrong, I understand about inflation and what's happening and the cost of living has gone up, but you also want to think of ways to have more income coming in than spending. Or if you feel, or there's probably certain things that you're doing at this very moment that you should take a step back and not get it. Simple as that. If you don't have the discipline to change your habits or your behavior, then you'll see what happens in the future, right? Um, I even me. I know there's certain things I have to change, so you really want to be mindful about that. And living beyond your means is a cycle that it leads to stress, right? It leads to always feeling like you're in the rat race that you're not able to get out. So I really suggest folks to take a take a look at your finances and see what you can reduce or how you can increase your earnings, right? At a certain age. Underutilizing tax advantages. So with this, it's more so of like knowing which retirement accounts that you have. Like in Canada, we have the RSP, tax-free savings. And now I was just reminded because I don't know why I never remember this one. It is the FHSA. That is for first home buyer savings account. That's for like folks that are just planning their future to get a house. But you also want to be mindful that it's that account is treated like an RSP and a tax-free savings in together. So be mindful, especially if you haven't had a house yet. Open up that account. If you go back to when Neil and I spoke about it, we broke it down real simple. So take a look at that episode. Um, and just and sorry for the American folks. Roth IRA, 401k, and I've been doing some research about other countries because I actually have a webinar soon that deals with people in the Middle East, and it's a very interesting their different accounts as well. So you really want to take in consideration their tax-free savings. So if you make a certain amount, if you earn a certain amount of income, I would say look at your tax-free savings first before your RSP. But if it's vice versa, really take into consideration of maxing it out if you can. If you can. Right? So this one, I know I said this the inaccurate savings was the most important one. I think this one is lack of investments. Um, in the past, a lot of folks would always talk about getting a whole heap of jobs. I think I get it. That was the way of the in that era is to work, 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 work. You got to work hard, work hard. Now we're in an era of working smart. So I think anyone that is able to get the habit of saving and graduating into investing is able to realize that they are able to get their time back. Nothing is more better, or sorry, nothing is more greater than waking up and seeing that money's in your account and you didn't even do extra work for it. I love dividends. I love dividends, and I have many some. I'm not gonna say many. Some stocks that that is monthly, that is quarterly, annually. I hate the annually one. I want to get rid of it, but I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I really think folks should really consider getting into the stock market wisely. Of course, I have episodes about the stock market, um, but really focus on getting assets. Yeah, getting assets, whether it's stock market, a business, when you build it up, investing into real estate. If you're not comfortable with the capital of it, there's REITs that is monthly. So it's like you're a landlord and you get paid every month like you're a landlord. So get on that. REITs. Also, yeah, it's just it's like I mentioned, the rule of 72. Um, Whatever the return of investment, sorry, return on investments, ROI, I want to say. I feel like I'm mixing up the I, but hear me out. Hear me out. Return on investments or return on interest. You'll be able to determine how long it's going to take your money to double. So if you keep it in the bank where it's 1%, obviously that's going to take 72 years to grow or to double. Or if it's 3%, which some of them are like that. And that, gosh, I was trying to do quick math. That's 24 in my mind. Exactly. Boom, bam, bam. I struggled for a second. I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna take 24 years for that your money to double if it's 3%, like some banks. However, because of inflation, we're actually around 5.56, right? So imagine this. Imagine every 12 years your money is going to double. But even better, I have some stocks that I've personally seen that, and I'm gonna give you the better one is the S&P 500. I if you take anything of what I say, this is free game. The S&P 500 at least averages 10%, right? So that's every 7.2 years it's going to double your money. However, sorry. However, even as of late, I've seen it go up at least 22% on it. Last year and like the previous year. I want to say so 2023 for sure, not in 2022. I don't think it did. 2021 it did. So it averages. And I bet someone's gonna ask me, so what was it in 2022, Cam? I will show that to you. Actually, I will post that on my IG. The rate of return, not the rate of return, the yield to date, not the yield to date, the growth of the S&P 500 for the last 10 years. I will show. So I gotta remind myself still. So 72 divided by 22, every 3 years your money will double. So imagine that you put in 10. You know what? I'm gonna start slow. You put in $1,000, and every 3 years your $1,000 doubles up. Remember, it goes from 1,000 to 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000. Don't try to challenge me. 32, 70, 70. No, not 32. Sorry, not 70 something. Sorry, 64. Golly, I was doing so well. But like think about that. That is in a span of 3 years. Every 3 years it doubles. Imagine when you retire, you didn't have to bust your ass to do all that work. Um, so gone are the days when there was pension plans or stuff, or like pension plans that people were happy about or stuck stayed in a company for 20 to 30 years. um I feel like that era is slowly fickling, if that's even a word. But you really want to be mindful about that as well. Have your investments in check. I don't care if you do it yourself, or you have a robo advisor, or you actually have an advisor that will be able to help you out. But please, please think of investing, and it's very simple. S&P 500. I talk about it all the time. Okay? Okay. Neglecting insurance. When it golly, how I'm going to start with this one. A lot of people have car insurance. Well, some don't, some do. A lot of people have insurance on their phone. Some don't, some do. Um, I don't see why having insurance on things that will secure you if something was to happen, right? And this one I'm actually going to say, um maybe in the past 20, 30 years ago, I understand why it would be you'd be hesitant, but I feel like as of late I've been to more funerals than weddings. So it would be foolish for me to say life insurance is not important, because me personally, I don't like seeing GoFundMe's. We never had a GoFundMe when my mom passed. So just to say that, get life insurance. Granted, there are circumstances. If you can't get life insurance because of health reasons, then that savings that I was talking about, you gotta be saving. You gotta be investing so you're able to have security for your future or your legacy, right? So that's one thing I'll say. Even critical illness. That's one I gotta seek just in case. You never know, especially when um you're an entrepreneur. You gotta be careful of your health, because health is wealth, and you don't want to get stressed out and pop down and you can't do nothing, right? That's one thing I've learned as well. I've had people in my family, close and outskirts family, that have had strokes and stuff. So that's another thing that is, you have to be mindful. If you're neglecting these type of things, when that day comes and you're in a financial burden, it's not a great feeling. It's not a great feeling. So be mindful about that with neglecting insurance. Again, I'm not saying this is just based on a mindset that can be poor because you don't have an understanding of insurance, right? But this one, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. You know what? There's two things you can think about. Impulse buying. You can think of the people that have impulse shopping habits, or you can have those people that actually have impulse um eating habits. And you know what? They actually go both ways, because and I'm kind of guilty of this one, the second one, because y'all know me, I don't shop that much. When you're emotionally eating and you decide you will do whatever it takes to get that food, that's a problem. You're like, I don't care. I want this food because of how I'm feeling. I want that comfort food. Chill, wait a minute. That's the mindset as a consumer, right? You really want to be mindful about that. You're going based on a consumer, and it's probably gonna get you in a way to be a not great feeling, right? So I really want to express that the impulse buying, you're just constantly tapping, tapping, tapping. You're like, I don't care. I want you to actually look at your budget and see the every category. I want you to do any category, whether it's friggin' shopping, nails, makeup, car parts, lottery tickets, 'cause it's worse than friggin' investing. But hey, I get it. Um, Anything, impulse buying. You have to have self control with some of that sometimes. So I just really want people to be mindful. And then the last one is not seeking financial education. I feel like this one has caused a lot of folks to miss opportunities and really get in a rut because they don't, maybe they don't trust, or I feel like it's trust. They don't trust someone to tell them what to do with their money because it's my fucking money and I want to do whatever I want. Cool. And I've heard that before. But when it comes to financial literacy or personal finance, you're not going to know everything, right? And if you actually take your time to sit with someone, whether it's a financial advisor, a financial planner, a wealth advisor, to actually sit down and figure out a plan that works for you. And also, you get to know them personally, because once you're able to, once you're I want to say personal financial planner, because that's the route I'm taking. Once they're able to understand you and your behaviors, they're able to guide you and provide you great education. Not great. I'm not going to say great. They're going to provide you with tips and tools to be able to push forward and be able to have a better understanding about money. Sometimes you just didn't know. You just didn't know better. I've seen it. I've seen it. But you just want to be able to seek financial education, because at the same time, you don't know everything. Don't know everything. You you can't do it alone. Okay? Every business, wealthy or successful business I know has a team, right? So why not find a personal team that's able to help you in the long run? And you know what? That's funny. I say that because I know someone. Oh my gosh. So by all means, contact me. And let's schedule an appointment just to get a better understanding. I want to help folks get out of this rut that the economy is going through, right? I want to get out. I want y'all to get out this rut, or the way that your mindset is, it could be a poor mindset, and I want you to get into a fulfilling mindset or a positive mindset so you're able to overcome everything, right? And before I dip out, because I wanted to have a short one, I promise y'all, I'm gonna be consistent. I hated that I waited this long to record. But I couldn't. I really tried Sunday and I couldn't. And I guess Monday, Tuesday, whatever, right? So I really tried. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad, but here is certain ways to break out of these bad habits. This is another article, but it's really fast. I didn't write them down because I was like, I want to give a tip on how to break out of these. So you have to remember, when it comes to different habits. So you remember that saying, it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Because like as of late, I've been working out very consistent, even when I feel like shit. I will work out. Not unless it's that time of the month. That's the time I tap out. I'm like, you got me, body. You got me. Unless I do like a stretch or something. I'm gonna try to do that this month. Because I want to be consistent with 5 days a week, right? And that comes with discipline, right? So remember, with habits, we have to have a discipline, y'all. But I'm joking. So one of them is avoiding tempting situations. My gosh. Sorry. Temptation is a hell of a drug. I'm joking. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry. I was thinking of Rick James. And I've been watching a show that deals with those stuff. I apologize. I don't like that word. No, it's bad. But avoid tempting situations. Replace unhealthy behaviors with healthy ones. So that could be doing a detox, reducing junk food, reducing spending on junk food. Prepare mentally. This can regard with meditating, breathing exercises, just to, like, you realize that you have this bad habit. Actually, the first thing is self-awareness and being able to acknowledge that you this habit is not ideal in your world anymore. So that's a great one. Enlist support, so like accountability partner or family, friends, mentor, coach, your financial planner. Be able to get that support and reward yourself for small steps. And I'm not saying, um, okay, I saved $100. Let me fly out. No, I said small steps. So every time you meet a goal, like let's say you paid off one of your debt, not only pat yourself on the back, but you know what? Have like a small treat, because at the same time we have your treat yourself um savings account. If you actually, pretty sure I've done this before, savings, or if you've been in my webinars, you know that I have different type of savings uh to be able to manage certain things in life. So the one of them is treat yourself. So definitely when you're reaching your goals, I want you to know that you're doing great, you're doing amazing, and you're pushing through to be able to overcome these financial ruts. So, you know, I know someone's gonna think like, oh, saying this is how you're going to be poor, or that's not nice wording to say it. But at the end of the day, there's certain folks that have habits that hinder their ability to prosper or thrive and in survival mode always. So I just wanted to showcase some of them, and hopefully someone's able to take heed. And, if you want to talk, if you want to find a way out to get out of this rut, contact me, email me. I do have my a lovely calendar everywhere, especially on Instagram and everything. So yeah, give me a shout. I'll be back soon on Saturday. Um, I do have a guest coming up. I have two guests so far. I'm trying to get another guest. Y'all, I'm really trying to provide the information for y'all so you're able to prosper. I really am. I really am. Um, I just can't wait to have discussions with these folks. But yeah, happy Black History Month. Oh yeah, it is almost V Day. Actually, it's a week ahead away. I am going to have, actually, if I don't do it this week, I'll do it next week. So if y'all didn't go on V Day by the what is it? If y'all didn't go to Valentine's Day dates or whatever by the 17th, ah, you're probably single, or you just yeah, or you have your life to be in order for you to do that. I'm not hating. Trust me, I'm not hating. I promise. But on that note, folks, gosh, on that note, folks, make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell me habits that you saw today that you want to change, or what habits that do you have that um gosh, it was the question of the day. I know I have it. Hold on. It slipped my mind. It slipped my mind, but I'm gonna remember. Which habit do you have that hinders you or makes you thrive? Something like that. All right. But yeah. Peace out, y'all. Boop, boop, boop.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.